Welcome back to Sepia freaking tears, whatever, however you pronounce that first word. It exists. It exists. Day 1 Ria.
Oni-chan. Oni-chan, are you up?
That sounds familiar.
Mark, we're going to be late. Are you even listening to me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Jeez, it wouldn't kill you to be a little more gentle. Gentle, but I'm your cute little sister. I'm automatically gentle.
That's like saying I'm automatically dependable because I'm your older brother. Wait.
See? If you're not the dependable sibling you're supposed to be, that gives me the legal right to find a new and exciting ways to tease you.
And who was it that wrote this law?
More importantly, I have a history test this morning, so I'll leave you behind if I have to.
Pouting, my diligently evil little sister runs down the stairs. Can't she find a more normal form of torture? It's bright out. Pleasantly bright. I can get lost just looking at the pale blue sky, although I fear the cold that accompanies it. See, this is why I hate winter. Nature has no mercy for the northern hemisphere. Actually, does that make a difference? Technically, every country is part of a hemisphere. There must be warm regions in the northern hemisphere. Even so, the southern hemisphere would be...
Mark, I've been working on my whatever words.
I'm coming. I'm just not bothering to pronounce them because I know I'm going to pronounce them wrong. The last time she tried this, I shudder to think of it.
I'm pretty sure I know who my next practice subject will be if you make me fail my test.
Isn't it usually practice partner, practice subject? I hope that's not too loud. It's really loud. So that's my sister, Rena. Can you hear me clearly? That was a message. So that's my sister, Rena. Since she started attending the same high school as me, life has been tough. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration. She's a nice girl. She takes care of me, makes me lunch, forces me to buy her stuff. See what I mean? I'm out of compliments already. And that threat certainly wasn't the first. Ouch. Stupid razor. Dad was supposed to show me how to use this thing. Anyway, Rena's a strange girl. Oh, I don't know what happened to my voice. Put it nicely. She always rattles on about crazy robot wars and melodramatic love stories that she watches, trying to find new and exciting ways to pull me into her world. I haven't figured out why she calls me Oni-chan yet. Is it ironic? Ironically unironic? Ironic because she thinks I'll think it's suddenly ironic unironic? Ironically unironic. I can only conclude that it's part of some obvious devious scheme that I have yet to catch wind of. The tip of the iceberg, so to speak, if the iceberg were a blood-related little sister. But as much as I'd like to criticize her, I can't complain. She still does better than me at school. Alright, I'm almost done. Oh, and she does a better job of cooking and budgeting than me. And she never sleeps in, and the only time she's late for class is when I hold her back. Now do you see why my life with her is hell?
Good morning. Did you sleep well?
I slept perfectly fine until I was awoken by a certain someone.
How could you say that? How could you say that? You should be thankful to have a cute girl like me wake you up every morning.
You're not supposed to call yourself cute.
Is that because we're blood related and you're afraid?
That's not why. I mean, it's a little vain, don't you think? And it's not very cute.
True.
But what if I'm the only doing it to
What if I'm only doing it to unnerve you?
Point taken. Well, I do have to thank you for keeping me on my toes all the time. You're like my mother. It's what I want to say, but I imagine her twitching, smile, and my life flashing before my eyes. So, Rin, you have a test this morning.
Yup. I did a quick review with my friends yesterday, so you don't need to worry about it.
I wasn't worried.
Aw, is that your way of hiding your affection?
Was that even remotely implied? I'm sure you'll pass the test. I just want to make sure you don't forget anything and end up falling for some stupid reason. Failing, sorry. Ugh!
Like that time I accidentally brought my Game Boy instead of my calculator?
My gosh. Yes. Like that time.
I was only 12. It was an innocent mistake.
Only 12? It's like, that's not a mistake you make, man. You know? But anyway, you get what I'm saying. Just don't screw up.
I know I won't. But aren't your exams coming up as well?
I was going over to Lucas' house and studying over the weekend. Or something like that.
Even for you, that's not a very convincing lie.
Psych. But I did make that up on the spot. It wouldn't kill you to have a bit of faith in me. If I said, I'll study, I'll study.
Really? You'll spend your whole Saturday afternoon doing math problems and rereading your social science notes?
Social science notes? What even? I'm tempted to say. Yeah, I guess. I'm tempted to. This is high school. I'm tempted to say what notes, but that really isn't the problem here. Well, would you look at the time?
Don't change the subject.
But we'll be late.
Well then, we'll have to continue at lunch, right, Oni-chan?
That smile is so much more endearing before you get to know her. I like this game. Made it. I leap past the front door as the clock strikes 8. I inhale a lungful of December air.
Not bad, Mark. Not bad at all. You were taking so long with your bag that I thought I'd really have to put the gloves on.
I thought you were going to leave me if I took too long.
I was only kidding. leave my only brother alone to walk to school on such a cold day. I couldn't!
And yet you can practice your anime fighting techniques on me.
Well, when you look at it that way. But mastery of the martial arts can be extremely important.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's important, really.
Yeah, I know. Self-defense and all that.
No, not just self-defense. It's an extra weapon in your arsenal.
What?
Okay, picture this.
This is hilarious.
Imagine that you're fighting against an enemy who already knows your techniques.
And why would I be doing that?
Because the person challenged you. Because he kidnapped the princess. Use your imagination.
But what if the princess is in another cat?
Then you'll just have to look for her.
Ouch.
Anyway, let's say you end up in combat with someone who knows that you're good with long-range weapons, like a crossbow. They already know your weakness. All they have to do is dash forward and fight at closer range. The archer won't be able to react fast enough, and the attacker will have the advantage. But what if you're using a mid-range weapon with a lance? A lance? That's easy.
Also,
A well-trained warrior will be proficient with both bows and axes, and everyone knows that the axe beats the lance.
true, but couldn't you just learn magic and attack from a distance?
Yes, but what if your enemy knows that you're a magician? A skilled axe wielder would eliminate you with a single strike, no critical necessary. Every magician needs an ace up his sleeve, and that ace is the martial arts. That's one option. You see, magicians draw their power internally, not externally. Magic, unlike sorcery, flows through a natural internal circuit before it can be used in the form of a spell. The use of these circuits can drain much of an amateur's magical energy, resulting in the weakening of the Magnus combat ability in this scenario. Even a trained Magnus would be susceptible to the attacks of an ordinary human, much more so if said human is skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Though it is unlikely scenario, it would be prudent for a Magnus to...
Enough with the info dumps. She almost broke the text box.
Fine. I don't need you.
I'm gonna have to end here because I think this is a good spot. And stuff. Bye-bye.
Bye.